Welcome to a special edition of eYe in Education. I'm your host, Ed Lecious, and we're continuing our series with the candidates for the Board of Education in the November 4th general election here in Nashua. And joining me in this segment is Regan Lamphier, who is a candidate for re-election to the Board of Education. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Seems like we just did this,
Yeah.
3 years flew by.
It sure did.
It's obviously it agreed with you.
Yes, I love serving
you're
on the
running
board.
Again.
Yeah.
And before we get to that part, though, for people who are viewing and don't know you, who are you?
Okay, should I look your way over here?
Look at the camera right over there. Okay. Don't worry about that.
So my name's Regan, and I was motivated to run for Board of Education. I had a son with disabilities who passed away almost 11 years ago. And so I have the experience of having a child with disabilities, but I actually have free time. So I wanted to be a voice for people who usually don't get heard in situations like this. And I've learned so much that now I feel like I know enough to advocate for all the kids in the city.
And during your tenure, you served as clerk of the board for 3 years. Mm-hmm. And now you've stepped up to an eYe committee, chair of the Finance and Operations Committee.
Yes, I love being the chair of the Finance Committee.
You see everything. Yes,
I've learned so much about how to find out where the money is, where it's coming from, where it's going. And, we have some concerns about contract services. We've had those over the past year. So back in September, October, I was pointing it out at board meetings, and I spoke to Crystal DeGray, our COO, about it. And we made sure to address it at almost every finance meeting to keep a close eye on it. So yeah, I was happy to be a part of that.
Special ed is a big nut in the budget.
Yes, it is. Yes. So special education, it is. We're legally obligated, thankfully, to provide a free and appropriate public education to all children in Nashua, no matter what their disabilities, no matter what language they speak, no matter what. We're there for all kids. That's what's so great about public school. But it is expensive. And especially now, because we've been unable to hire people for some of the positions, so we end up going outside of Nashua and hiring private contractors. And generally they make between 2 and 3 times what a teacher in the union would make. So it's really an unsustainable system. So we had ESSER funds for a couple of years.
Right. That
kind of masked how much the prices were rising. We made it through last year. This year it looks like it's going to be okay. We have a lot of money in our special education, special revenue fund. Which that is built up by people who pay tuition to come to Nashua. We have the Signs of Learning program, where people come from all over the state for that. That's for hearing impaired and deaf children. And then we have Brentwood, which is for kids who need a little bit more of a small space. They need a little extra attention. So kids from all over the state pay to go there too. So I kind of liken it to the CTE program. Like if you have a good CTE program, kids will come here from other towns, and that will up our revenue. So if we have a good special education program, we can have kids from other towns come here, and that will up our special education revenue.
You talked about positions that are being hard to fill. I know English as a second language teachers have been tough. The para positions have been tough. What positions in that area are difficult to find people?
Special education teachers, psychologists are very difficult. Speech therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Just not a lot of people interested, or the wage scale that the district's offering, as you said, it's more lucrative on the outside.
Yes, it is. I think that teachers we have taken our teachers for granted for a long time. So who wants to go into that field now? It is a good union job, and after you've been there for a while, you make a good amount of money. But to start off, it doesn't pay very well. And Nashua, of course, being a city, and the fact that New Hampshire gives the lowest amount of any state to our public schools, and we're right across the line from Massachusetts, means that we're kind of not as attractive as I would like for new teachers. So We want to try and make it a more attractive position. This year, we actually, for the first time, offered a stipend for any special education teachers that came to the district, $1,500 extra. And we did have some luck hiring some, but not enough to fill all the gaps.
Now, 3 years ago you ran.
Uh-huh.
You're running again, so it must have agreed with you. But was there any one thing that surprised you after you gotten on the board? I mean, you had an idea what you were getting into, but was there any one particular thing that surprised you, or was it about what you expected?
It was so much more than I expected. I've learned so much more about the school district than I knew almost 4 years ago, and it's a lot more work than I thought. And like, I got elected, and then boom, we were off and running. And it seems like there's always something super important, no matter what time of the year it is. So it's always interesting. I'm always passionate about it because I care so much about the kids of the city. And I think I'm just surprised by how much I love doing it.
One of the biggest challenges when you came in was the revolving door in the superintendent's office. But that
Yes.
seems to have been addressed. And most recently, when I had Dr. Andrade on, he had mentioned that he just got his contract renewed for 3 years. And
Yes.
This board seems to have brought stability to that position.
Yes, it's one of the things I'm most proud about for our board. Dr. Andrade, when I got on the board, I didn't know of Dr. Andrade, and then everyone kept saying wonderful things about him, and then I met him and I said, wow, I'm really impressed. And he has been a great leader. One of the things that I like most about Dr. Andrade is that he looks for good people in the central office. So we have hired, we have Matt Posca, and we have our newest assistant superintendent, whose name I can't remember. They're both wonderful, very good at their jobs. Crystal DeGray came in, the COO. So I feel like it's not just the stability of Dr. Andrade, but the stability of the whole central office is better.
Going forward in the next 3 to 5 years, what do you see as the number one issue that the board and the district are going to face?
It's going to be money. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, it's an unsustainable system, and we have to figure out how to pay for all this. And the state revenues are down, and the education freedom accounts are somewhat competing for the public schools. So it's just going to be really difficult. I'm not running for the board again because I think it's going to be fun. I'm running because I think it's important to have someone there who wants to keep a close eye on things and wants what's best for the city.
One of the things, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that, some people think if they don't have kids that the schools aren't important. But schools really are the heart of our city. And if we have good schools, we have good people coming to our city, and they will spend money and our revenues will go up. And so it's just great for everyone to have a city with a very good educational system.
One of the things you'll be facing if you're reelected is there is a current feasibility study going on in the buildings, and that will come out later this year, and it could recommend the closing of a couple of schools with
Yes.
declining enrollments and the cost to rehab some of the older schools.
Yeah.
Presented with all the facts, would you be open to voting to close a school if need be?
Well, when we talked about closing Mount Pleasant, I think it's 2 years ago now, I was very much against that. And part of the reason was because I would like to see us investing more in our downtown area. We had just closed Elm Street, and then we were going to close another downtown school. It seemed like a pattern of not investing in the downtown area. And then the other reason I was opposed to it was because we had no good plan for the kids that went to Mount Pleasant. This is a tight-knit neighborhood, and we were going to split those kids up between 3 different elementary schools. So if someone comes to me with a plan for those kids that puts them first, puts the needs of the kids first, if other schools have to be closed, then yes, I would vote in favor. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'm not sure how I'm going to vote.
All right, that's an honest answer. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. What do you want to say to the people of Nashua who may not know you as to why they should put a check next to your name when they go to vote?
Because I genuinely care, and I'm a hard worker, and it's really important to me that you can trust me to represent you and your kids. And the kids will always come first. All the kids, not just some of the kids, every single one.
And I think the other thing that the tenor of the meetings has continued to improve under this
Yes.
board. For a while there, it was difficult times at best,
Yes.
and it seems this board has disagreed, but have done so in a reasonable manner and respected each other's positions on items.
Yes, we've been lucky with the people that are on the board. Everyone understands that all of us, the board members, the superintendent, the assistant superintendents, everyone around that horseshoe is there because they care about the kids of the city. And so we all show each other the respect that we have earned, because, people who care, even if you disagree with them, you have to respect them for caring.
Anything else you want to say to the voters of Nashua before we conclude today?
Just that I hope you can vote for me, and thank you for trusting me. I really, I value that, and I won't disappoint you.
Well, again, thank you for your 3 years, and we wish you well on November the 4th, when voters will go to the polls and be voting not only for Board of Education, but the Board of Aldermen, Board of Public Works, Fire Commission, and hopefully it'll be a good voter turnout. It'll be a good weather day, and
Yeah.
if you like the weather we've been having here in late September, early October.
It's pretty good, huh? It's a little bit too hot when you're out canvassing.
Yeah.
But I'm doing my part to get the vote out, for sure.
Well, Regan, thank you for your service, and good luck on November 4th.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
We've been talking to Regan Lamphier, and this has been a special edition of eYe on Education. I'm your host, Ed Lecious, and stay with us. We'll be featuring all of the candidates who are appearing on the November 4th ballot for the Board of Education. Have a great day.